What's the deal, sneaker fam? Welcome back for episode 21 of the Creased Podcast. It's your boy Kasita, right side by my boy Trey Treasy. What's going on, Trey?
What's going on, my dude?
Yes, sir. We took a little week hiatus, but we're back, fresh, clean, and delivered. We're ready to give y'all exactly what y'all asking for. Some brand new sneaker knowledge, some sneaker game. Episode 21, doc.
My bad. I don't mean to interrupt. This is episode 21. As y'all can see, we had to take off last week. I had a little change of scenery, moved place spots. So I'm in a whole new backdrop and everything. So the one thing I'm looking for, if y'all could tag in the comments or something like that, I'm looking for maybe some art, some sneaker art to go on the walls here around my pillar. So if anybody has any sneaker art, any ideas like that, I've already been talking to some people, looking at some people to commission some stuff. So definitely hit us down in the comments below.
Definitely plug the boy Trey in. Please do. Yeah, bump. Yep, extra bump on that. So anyway, congratulations on the new spot, Trey. Yeah, I actually got to go see it a couple of days ago or yesterday. It's a nice, it's really clean and got a nice view.
I finally got the closet space I needed, so that was a selling point.
Absolutely, he got more space, more real estate for more shoes. That's what's important.
Thanks.
Elmeter. Elmeter coming soon. I don't think we took too many L's, but
This week in particular, since we took off last week, we got a lot of stuff to talk about because last weekend and the 14-ish days that we've been off, been a lot of stuff to drop. So we got a lot of stuff to kind of bring y'all back on. So we didn't want to just let y'all know on the L meter exactly what popped up because we do kind of want to explain some of the things down a little bit later in order confirmed. But yeah, we can jump right into kicks of the day if you're talking about that. You want to do that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm ready, bro. You know me. I got heat. I got some heat now. So you know what I'm saying? Starting off, I'm gonna kick it off, man, because this shoe is very controversial. After it's released, a lot of people are like, nah, I need them. They look better in person, better in hand, and they look as good as they did on release date or before that and the week before. So kick of the day for me is gonna be the Biohack Air Jordan 1s. These are fire flame emojis. I'm going to go ahead and put some down. So, yes, sir. They did live up to the hype for me. I saw so many people rocking them this past week. They look amazing. So many people styled these so well. I love all the colors that are on here. I went with the pink laces. I think it just gives it that extra pop that it needs, and it matches the tongue tag. Pink lining as well. This is, brown, black, silver, navy, all of that, seafoam green. These are great for the fall. I think these are going to be the fall killers. I don't think they're very bricked, honestly. I did see a lot of resellers reselling their pairs. They're making their little ends meet on those. But all in all, I think at the end of the day, the execution was incredible, and tops off to JB on that one. It's one that we did not ask for, but one that we definitely got. So, again, Biohack Air Jordan 1 kick of the day.
So respectable kick of the day. I will say that the pink laces hit hard. You did do those justice by doing the pink laces. I still hate the shoe, but I think it's definitely, you were right on everything else.
Hater.
You were right on everything else though. So
I'll probably be the biggest hater, dog. I told him I'm not gonna hold back no more.
Bio trash, but I mean, I saw everybody.
Okay.
I saw everybody rocking them too. So I mean, I'm definitely in the minority here. So I'm not. I have no room to talk there. But my shoe of the week is going to be something that you actually got me on a past Kicksmas. So we'll break down Kicksmas for y'all in a couple months, kind of let y'all know how we do that every year. But this year we're going with the Jordan Mellow 1.5. So as most of the close homies know, I'm a big Carmelo fan. I think I've probably rocked a jersey on here before Carmelo. But this was the re-release in 2013. These dropped originally in 03, 04 when he got drafted. But I love this shoe so much. This is by far my favorite Mellow. The 5.5 comes after this, but this was the best Mellow model ever in this colorway. This black and light blue from the Nuggets days. You get the 0.5 on the back. You get the Jordan wings, just like on the one. I love that. When I had the original pair, because you can probably remember, I had these back in middle school, man, and I beat the hell out of them. That's probably why you got me another pair, because the other ones looked so bad back in the day. But I always thought that little Carmelo piece right there was super duper fire. So I love that. The only other big part on these is that down here at the bottom, it's a little scuffed now, but it's his birthday. It says CA for Carmelo Anthony 1.5 and Be More. I don't know if you can catch all that, but it says Be More at the bottom for Baltimore, where he was born. So yeah, love this shoe. Jordan Mellow 1.5.
There we go. I forgot those.
Got me these for Christmas. Had to have been like, 14, 15. Yeah. Somewhere in there. About 14.
Those are nice.
Got into a lot of shoes. I bought boxes and I'm like, oh yeah, Kasita definitely got me these. These are fire.
There we go. Yeah, no, man. I remember the 1.5 hype, you know. There were little shells in the very first release, but then, you know, they started coming around, and once they noticed that they were coming off the shelf, yeah, more people started copping them. The 5.5s were also hard. Mellow 2s, those were, man, fire. But definitely a great kick of the day. Definitely not better than mine, but we can move forward.
We can talk Mellow Retros a different day, because I wasn't talking retros.
No, I was just talking about, you know.
Yeah, when you said Mellow, we can talk some other Mellows. The one was nice, but that's for a different day.
Oh, for sure. But I'm just talking about kicks of the day. In particular, I definitely won this round because the biohacks go harder. All right, carry on. Who do y'all think is going to win kick of the day? We do have kicks of the day going on our Instagram. So go ahead and comment below whoever you think has the better kick of the day. We'll definitely look forward to seeing the results. But we're going to move on into fresh out the box, starting off nice and fresh. We got the off-white Nike Rubber Dunk, very controversial shoe right now. The pair that has popped up on Sneakers app is due to release on October 1st. It's the green stripe pair. It's going to be all black with like electric lime green accents. Of course, it gets the traditional what do you call that thing? Zip tie. The zip tie. Yeah, it wouldn't be off-white without a zip tie. They were released. The pricing is set at $190. Trey, what you think about the shoe? I think the original model was the P6000.
Right. But this is what they're considering his first Nike actual model to come out, I guess. And this one is, it just doesn't look like a skater shoe to you, maybe, like maybe a Osiris looking chunky shoe like that. But you know, I'm not too mad at it, to be completely honest with you. I would never wear these, but I could see the niche market he's going in for, like either fashion or skateboarding with these. I do think you kind of pull that both off. Neither of these are not any of the three colors are for me. Not even the University Gold pair, but I do commend him for coming out with a brand new design, because I personally have probably not bashed, but I've definitely gone in on him for Jordan 1, Jordan 4, Jordan 5, right? And just throwing a hang tag on it. So I'm not too upset at the fact that he created his own model.
Yeah, I mean, this pair in particular is just not my cup of tea at all. I wouldn't see myself rocking these. Now, the University Blue pair, though, I do see myself rocking those. Those are pretty hard. But to say that this is an original off-white Nike shoe, I wouldn't claim that either, because he does do that even on the LV line, where he'll take components of traditional Air Jordan shoes and then try to replicate them and then try to make them his own, and when people could see right through it, even if he does a Nike collaboration. So even on the LV line, again, he can take certain components of like Air Jordan 3s, Air Jordan 4s, and puts LV all over it, and now it's not an Air Jordan 4 or Air Jordan 3. So he is pretty known for that.
That's what he's saying, right? Yeah, but you don't consider this to be like an original model, though?
No, definitely not. This is he stole the silhouette of the original P6000, and yeah, I mean, if you take off one or two panels, that doesn't make it an original shoe anymore. So
that's what he's been fighting for a long time now.
Yeah, let me copy your homework. I'll change my answers to make it look different. That's
right.
That's what this shoe is. But expect to see the green strike pair October 1st for $190 on the Sneakers app. And I believe there's also the End app. Our friends overseas in London, they have the University Blue pair going off on a raffle right now at Quickly. Let's move on. What else we got in fresh out the box, Trey?
Oh, man. So from Virgil to Kanye, right? So our next topic is going to be our boy Kanye. We've seen a lot. He's been tweeting off the scale lately. Most recently, the biggest one in the sneaker world that we've seen is that he mentioned that he plans on wearing Jordans until this man is on the board at Adidas. So there's ways to get power, right? There's ways to get power, and then there's ways to lose power. And I don't know which direction he's going in as far as Adidas goes, but what do you think about Kanye rocking the court purples, posting it for the whole world to see?
I'm so on trend with him doing this. Like, he's been on an awakening, at these past couple of tweets. I'm not even gonna call it a week, but these past couple of tweets, he's been on an awakening where, he's really coming out of his shell, and he wants what's his. He's tired of making other people money. He wants the money that he makes for the other people. And he's earned it. He has every right to claim that money. He did contribute to Adidas. He made them $1.2 billion the last fiscal year. So, it's only right that, he collects what he wants. He's also going after the music head honchos like Universal and Sony. He wants his masters from all his music. There's no point of, some company, I think he said it, there's no point of somebody in Europe collecting all this money off of his sales that he makes here in the US. I think Kanye only accounted for 40 million last year, and then that was his net worth. And then, Adidas is making the B's, and they're making big letter B's. So it's only right that, he gets what he wants. But I'm all for it. I love seeing it. The core purple resale price went extremely through the roof as soon as the tweet went live. So, people are over here claiming extra $200 on a pair of $160 pair of shoes. Kudos to them, however you want to do it.
With the whole, I love seeing him rock. I love seeing him rock the Jordans, especially to make a point about it. But at the same time, I can see this totally backfiring on him. Adidas would be stupid to lose him, right? So it would be dumb to drop him. But I do think at the same time, bro, you say awakening. I hope.
He called himself the Moses of the people. So, he always thinks he's a biblical character, and I'm like, nah, look, you weren't there, so I get it. Everything is cyclical, but he wants to be in the Bible so bad, but you know what? I'm gonna just leave that alone.
Got some more on that later.
Yeah, definitely. We got some more on that later. So with Kanye, asking to get everything back from whatever he's sown, do you think that it'd be better for him to go independent? Like, recently Mosh, one of the world's most renowned sneaker customizers, instead of putting his work into like Adidas or Nike, which the shoes that he often customizes, and probably his ideas stolen from, he went independent, and, he sold his own shoe for $300 to $350 for a pre-order. And there are other brands out there like Sia Collective, FBBC, he does the same thing. Or do you think that, I think what he's doing with Adidas is the right way. He's like, yo, look, I'm not scared to lose y'all. Like, y'all need me more than I need y'all. I'm Kanye. Y'all are just Adidas. So, or could he possibly go back to Nike?
That's not an awakening, but yes, that's how you enforce power.
Yes, no, of course, yeah, I'm so for it. So like his eyes have opened now. He's like, yo, I'm making other people money based off of my ideas. That was it. That was the epiphany. Like, he's like, you know what? I need to be making the B's too. So that's why I'm so for it.
Be making the B's too, right?
Kanye's not making the B's. He's not making Adidas B's.
Yeah, because it's the company he signed to, right? So you're asking me, should he go independent? Should he? Probably. Will he? No, because he likes teaming with these big brands because he sees those B's. It takes longer to get to those B's when you're by yourself, right? And could he do it? Probably. Other people have done it, but this man, I mean, getting with Adidas though, that's supposed to speed that up a little bit faster. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, how hard somebody like Kanye, you don't think he can get into a manufacturing business and like produce KW sneakers?
I mean, I think he's dropping his own on his own gear, but he also just teamed up with the Gap.
Yeah, I mean, like, because he's trying to also, okay, well, granted, he worked for the Gap. So, he worked there before. So that was just his ode to that.
But he didn't need them to sell clothes, but he latched onto them because they're a major brand.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man, hold on. I got this speaker going on. Shut up. Adidas needs Kanye. No, yeah, Adidas needs Kanye more than Kanye needs Adidas, because I think Kanye has enough power now to go and make a KW sneaker, and like he can find a manufacturing plant that will do that. I understand that he teams up with Adidas, Nike, Gap because he wants to use their manufacturing plants, and that was an ode for him to always work with these brands. But now that he sees how these brands work, that's why he left Nike. He had no control. Now Adidas is holding back the money that he's earned. He already threatened to say, like, I'm not releasing anything from Gap until he's on the board of that either. Because if he's going to be the one, if it's his face making them more money, why does he need to make less than what the company's making?
No, I hear you. And he can go out and do the independent thing. He totally can. I'm not saying he can't. But, I mean, there's a reason he went to Adidas after he did Nike. Why didn't he go do it then?
Because the manufacturing is quicker. I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have the plug for a manufacturing, contract, it's easier that way. But, when you start seeing the gap, no pun intended, but when you start seeing, you see what I did there? When you start seeing the separation of your earnings versus what the company is making for, like what you're making the company, right. Yeah, you're gonna start feeling a way. Like I would hate that shit too, to be quite honest.
How did he feel when he signed that contract?
What, with Adidas?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know the ins and outs.
I signed my job contract and I was like, this sounds tight. And then 9 months later, I was like, I probably deserve some more money. But yeah. I signed my contract a year ago and it says I'm going to get this much money for this year. You know what I'm saying? This is what he signed for. If he's mad at it right now, this is the money he signed for to get off the Yeezys. If he wanted to do otherwise, he has to go independent.
Contract negotiations are obviously a big term. Like, this is some shit that needs to be sat down with constituents and like lawyers and arbitrators and people who can like go in there, and he obviously needs an amendment made on that Adidas contract, because there's no way that you release 95 pairs of the same shoe. They all sell out every week. And, y'all are over here collecting 80% of the sales while, it's like they just come up to me and like, yo, Kanye, what color should I put on this shoe next? I'll close my damn door on them, man. Anyway.
Someone's hurt.
Oh, no, I'm big hurt, man. I'm big hurt. I feel out for the boy. All right. Anyway, all aside, Kanye also does plan on uniting Adidas and Nike to, quote unquote, help the community. I don't know what that means, but are you down to see a Nike Adidas collab in the near future?
Yes, for sure. I'm down to see it. I mean, it would break all the rules of never wearing Adidas with Nike and all the street rules and all the locker room rules of not doing that. But absolutely, for sure, I wouldn't mind seeing it all. I already got kind of thrown off earlier this year. I know they're one within each other, but the OG versus OG pair we already saw this year. Adidas and Reebok kind of getting together for that. So I wouldn't be mad at seeing Adidas Nike collab. I would be very interested to see what it looks like, and I'd be very interested to talk about it on the show.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, Reebok is a subsidiary of Adidas, so that's not too far-fetched. But this Nike Adidas would be like the red lightsaber going up against the blue one, and just like a sonic boom goes off type stuff. So, but I'm all for it. It'd be one of those collabs, one in a million. what else can 2020 produce besides, 6 hurricanes and, a world pandemic, Nike and Adidas join forces. Like, these are things that we never foresee actually happening. So, and it would be Kanye West to do that, to bring them both together. So I'd be so down for it. Definitely. Yeah. But let's carry on because I could talk about this topic all day. Up next, we got the re-release of the Union LA Jordan 4 collaboration. This time it's only going to be the Off Noir or the black pair of fours. And then also they're releasing the Delta Mids, the Air Jordan Delta Mids, as well as the Nike Zoom 92s in the Guava Ice for the 92s and the Off Noir for the Delta Mids, respectively. They will be releasing on the Sneakers app via draw system on October 16th for $250. Now, knowing what you know about the shoe now, with we've been online, we've been able to see how people have been wearing the shoe and, taking off the stitching to, hiding up the tongue or different ways of lacing it. Would you now try to cop it again, or are you going to drop it? Or would you drop it? Like, I don't remember what your original stance was on this, but were you more of the Guava Ice? No, you were more Guava Ice than you were the black pair. Because you said you'd go all out if you had to.
Exactly. And I'm only mad at the black pair because it feels like the shit on the breads. But if I had to pick one, it'd be the guavas, and it's definitely. I'm gonna try for them, but
yeah,
just prepping up for the L meter. That's all.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't like the fours, honestly, out of the entire pack. After I saw the fours, I was like, okay, it's a pair of fours. I love Jordan fours, but these ones still do not like hit the cup of tea for me. As I saw more pictures of these, the Zoom 92s seem to be the ones that I like a little bit more, and then the Delta Mids right after. So if you had to pick between one of the two of the 92s or the Delta Mids, which ones would you go for?
Yeah, I'd have to go with the Zoom 92s as well. And honestly, those are a lot closer to the fours than the Delta Mids for me on my little scale. But I'm not a big fan of the Delta Mid at all. I don't like how it looks. I don't like anything about how high it is or anything like that. So I would probably put the fours at the top. But out of the other two, the 92s are far off. I would is what it is with those. You know what I'm saying? I'd probably give it a try, give it a go.
Oh yeah, you gotta give it one shot. Some high socks and some mesh shorts. I don't think it would be a bad collab. So
that's what I was thinking. Yep.
I think those would be hard. So look out for that, guys, on the 16th of October for $250 for their Air Jordan Union LA Jordan 4 re-release. Moving on, man, we just found this and it blew both of our minds. Trey, go ahead, let them know what we just discovered on.
All right, so an ultra rare Air Jordan 3 was posted within, hours ago. It was actually a pack of two of them. We have a denim pair and a khaki pair. There's the denim pair is a deep dark blue navy with khaki elephant print down at the bottom like usual. They're both Air Jordan 3s. The other one's a tan suede, which was uber fire with blue and khaki elephant print at the bottom. Both have the gum outsoles. What do you think about these other than 10 out of 10?
Oh, man. Come on, man. These are, when you think denim, this is the heat pair. And I'm very surprised this is not a Levi's collab because, with that Levi's touch on there, I think it would have hit the ticket a little bit better. But these are already 10 out of 10. These are hard. If I had to pick between the two, it's super duper hard. But I think you're right with the khaki pair, the tan pair. Those ones are hard. I love that.
It goes crazy. And just a little bit more background on these is that it's a 3 pairs total, right? And then a gentleman by the name of English Soul on Instagram and everything. I think his name is Michael English or something like that. He is the owner of at least the pictures. It has his name on the shoes as well, but it says he released these pictures after so many years and all that. So Yeah, either one of these pairs, super duper fire. One of my favorite denim kicks I've ever seen. Um, and I would totally go with the khakis though,
Oh
because those
my
go super hard.
God. All right. Do you think this would be a better so when they released those denim threes like a couple weeks ago, this is what I had in mind.
Right.
This is
This
what
is like you get your denim on this one. You get your money's worth.
definitely, yeah. This is a true denim shoe. So we also talked about Asics a couple weeks ago. They released the denim pack as well. Take notes. This is how you do it. So
Yeah.
definitely, I'm in love with both of these. But
Yeah, no, we definitely drop some pictures in here, but those are super fire. Y'all let us know in the comments down below what y'all think about those super dope Air Jordan 3s. So moving on, that's it for Fresh Out of the Box. We can go ahead and move on to our next segment of the day, Order Confirmed. As we mentioned up at the top, we didn't do a L meter this week just because all this stuff just came out in the last 2 weeks since we've been off last week, and we just kind of wanted to update you. We're going to kind of fly through this really quick. If you have any questions, as always, hit us up in the DMs or down below in the comments. So our first one is going to be the Nike Kobe 5 Protro. Woo! PJ Tucker, the sneaker god. He got his own PE. I also saw he won sneaker champ again. So, geez, that's wild. But these released on the 24th of September for $180. I tried everywhere I could. I did not get a pair.
yeah, locals had it via raffle. Sneakers had it via raffle. Sneakers was quick to give them L's out, man. I'm talking about countdown struck 0, and within the next minute, they're like, your entry was not selected. So I
In case you
I
have
did,
something, you can go ahead and do that because you didn't win these.
yeah. Whatever else you were doing, just go back to that because you didn't win that. So, man, 10 out of 10 shoe. I really loved it. I'm upset I missed it. Not paying resale for it would have been nice at retail. Um,
We got some more Kobe's coming though, so
yeah, we definitely got some more Kobe's. Next up, we have the Nike Dunk Michigan and Michigan State. They were released on September 18th for the Spartan Green, which are the Michigan States, and then the 23rd for the Michigans. That was that following Saturday, I believe. Both set for $120 on the sneakers app. Trey, what's your take on them?
these are both super fire. I love it. Yeah, and we've been talking about it's year of the dunk, bro, and so the highs were coming back eventually, and we got a bunch here that we're talking about on this episode in particular. But I love the Spartan Green pair. Not even gonna lie, that Michigan State pair hits. My first reaction to you was that I just don't feel like we get that green with just straight white on a lot of shoes. I love these, but you get that black paneling in there and stuff. But that just straight green and white. I mean, that was fly. I mean, that's Magic Johnson fly right there. But I would definitely pull those over the. And I know we already had this combo too, but over the Michigans, bro. I don't know why. I know it's a OG colorway and everybody wants the Michigans, but I would take those Michigan States with the green and white.
Yeah, Michigan States are a different flavor for sure. You definitely don't see that color combination like you said. You don't see it that often. But man, go Big Blue, man. Those ones are hard. You can't miss out on those. Upset that I missed out on the Michigans. Won't say my status on the Michigan States just yet. Do pending, yeah, big dubs, but do pending. So again, $120 sneakers app on the 18th and 23rd respectively. Hopefully y'all copped. If not, don't pay resale. Next up, what we got, Trey?
Next up is the New Balance Bodega 997S, the Better Days. This one got a ton of hype online. I was seeing these probably more than any other shoe when they first came out. These released on the 25th for $160. We've known Bodega to do lots of things, especially with New Balance. I have a feeling I know what you think about these, but go ahead and tell me what you think about these.
Hard, very hard.
For
very
sure.
hard. Very hard. Multi-paneling, nice color blocking, excellent collab execution. But they can miss, but they definitely did not miss with these. Definitely upset that whenever I logged in, size 12 was the first one gone. I don't understand that. I think they only went up to 11 and a half, which is also still bogus. But I definitely would have pulled the trigger on these. These are very hard, way better than the X Racers that they released earlier this year. So, hat off to Bodega. What you think about them, Trey?
Yeah, no, I had some trouble getting in myself. I don't know, it felt jammed up or something, so I didn't even get a chance at them. But it's a very cool shoe. I think they did a good job, and again, something I wouldn't pay resale for because that's going to jump up. But that 160 price tag, I totally would have paid for these, no doubt.
Easy money.
Sure. So we can move on to the last one of order confirmed. Another Dunk High. This time is going to be a Nike SB Dunk High with a collab with Atlas. The shoe is going to be called the Lost at Sea. Like I mentioned, it's a Dunk High. Atlas is a skateboard shop in San Francisco. These dropped on the 26th for $140 on the Atlas website. I think the big interesting thing for this release, if you were on their website for it, what it was called was a potato release, I believe. And what it was that you have to add a sticker pack to your cart prior. It has to be in your cart prior to adding the shoe to your cart. So it did say it at the very bottom. It was like the second to last line. If you clicked on the page with the shoes, right, it was like the second to last line at the bottom that, hey, you have to go cart the sticker pack first. And it gave you the link and everything to do it. By the time I got through and got my sticker pack in and went back for the 12s or 11s, they were all gone. But I do think it was an interesting way to do it, to fight the bots and everything. Did you like the shoe?
I personally actually did not like this shoe. The tongue is what killed it for me. I did not like that tongue. It was so ugly, so ugly. It took away from the whole shoe. But all in all, the colors were nice. I think it did definitely hit that Lost at Sea type of theme. You know, they got the, what was it, like marine blue going on the swoosh with the gold piping. So, man, if they had fixed the tongue, I think it would have been a fire shoe. But
I 100% agree with you. The colorway, hard. Shoe would have worked. That tongue.
Awful. It was horrid.
I know. Every time I looked at them, I was like, why did they do that? But it's all good. Is what it is. They also had a boatload of merch on their website, which was all just
I see you, boy. I'll see you.
all marine inspired, as Kasita mentioned. So that was the Nike SB Dunk High Atlas Lost at Sea collab. As we mentioned, that dropped on the 26th. You can't get those anywhere but your favorite resale sites.
And I think that wraps up order confirmed. So your order has officially been confirmed. Next up, we got tracking order. These are our releases that are coming out towards the end of this week. So right now first up, we have the Air Jordan, Russell Westbrook, Why Not, Converse pack. These are set to release for $425 on October 2nd. It features two shoes. It's going to be the Air Jordan 16, all black one, and then a Chuck High 70 edition, primarily all white. On the 16, it has on the Shroud, it has like these embossed chain graphic kind of thing, so it kind of looks like a broken chain. Also has some diamond studs across the lining of it as well. But after you take off the Shroud, it's pretty much just a all black Air Jordan 16 with a very nice shiny leather on the toe box. And then the Chuck Taylor, it's a 70 edition, so it has a little bit more of that piping, or the foxing stripe is a little bit more elevated. But on this particular pair, it is like an elephant print all around one panel, along one panel. On the other side, it also has the broken chains, but it's all white, cracked leather kind of look, translucent outsole, and then they have like a silver star wherever on the Converse emblem, wherever that goes. These are inspired by Russell Westbrook's rock star appearance in True Grit off and on the court. Trey, what's your first take on these?
Yeah, so I read the little excerpt online. I think it was on sneakers or Nike.com or something. It just said that these were for everybody playing out at the outside courts, right? Everybody playing at the blacktops and stuff like that as a kid. And that's where he gets that True Grit from and stuff like that. So as Kasita mentioned, it was like elephant print on one side is just like the cracked cement you would see on a blacktop. That's what it's supposed to look like. And then I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I'm not 100% mad at the embossed chains. It's not something I would like pick on a shoe of my own, but I think the 16 kind of looks fire. I think the all black obviously kills it for me, but it does a good job for me. But I'm not. I mean, what do you expect from Russell Westbrook? You expect anything less?
Trey, you like ugly shit, bro. I don't understand you sometimes. This whole pack is ass. I can't believe that you said that you like this, man. Give me the Board of Governors 16s. I would much rather take those.
Bet you
But
would.
yeah, no, man, these are absolute garbage. I can't believe you actually said that you like, man. Russell Westbrook ain't got no grit. You saw him performing during the playoffs. Come on, man. No.
Like 70 high too while I'm at it.
I'm not rocking that either. Y'all can keep the whole damn pack, and for $425, yeah, you.
I'm donating those to you for the charity that you're having every week on the show.
Oh yeah, you're in it. You're in it. You're in it for the donations, huh?
Yes, that's all you.
You're accepting gifts and donations.
Oh, no, I was saying I'm gonna keep the 16s, but I'll donate the Chuck 70 highs to you. That's all you, dog.
Yeah, I'm not mad at gifts and donations ever, but
You would take them.
if you really love me, you would not gift me these, and that's just real.
Fair enough. So we can move on to the next one. So the next on tracking order is going to be the Nike Air Max 3. So we have two different colorways coming out. There's a laser blue colorway and an eggplant colorway. These are both on your sneakers app currently. They both released on the 2nd of October for $140. Pretty standard for these. Pretty standard because the Air Max 3 is essentially the Air Max 90. Would you like to explain?
Oh yeah, man. So as we most know, the Air Max 1 came out in 1987. And then, of course, 3 years later was the Air Max 90. So that's where it gets its namesake from. It's supposed to be the Air Max 3. Whenever the new decade came around, they started calling it by the decade name or the year name, actually. Was the exception of like the ones that are in between the 90s and the 95s. Well, there was also the 93s. A lot of people know those 94s as well. They did not call the Air Max 91s or the Air Max 90. Well, they had the Tailwind 92s, but all in all, they started going by the name. They started going by the year model of the shoe as it progressed after the 90s. So these also come with the OG box. It's going to be like that long skinny box and then the hang tag that goes along with it. So laser blues, man, that's a super OG colorway. I never really liked it personally. I always considered the infrared to be the top. The infrared will always be the number one for me personally. So it's a very high beast type of answer to say. But the laser blues, if I had to pick between the two, I'd say laser blues over eggplants. Even though the eggplants are a women's shoe, they still fire colorway. But I'd still take the laser blues.
Do you feel like going back and calling it the Air Max 3 is going to have any significance on how they sell compared to them being called the 90s?
Well, I mean, of course, when they added some more stuff to it, like more traction, different tooling, different shaping. They try to make it as OG as possible, even though this is the anniversary of the 90. So it's the 30th anniversary of the 90. So, they try to make it more OG than what they've been releasing. So, but with the tongue tag is even a little bit more bigger and wider. Same thing like, you would see in like those East Bay magazines and stuff like that in the past. Do I agree with that? Yeah. Do I think that the shoe should cost as much as it does? Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're trying to make it as OG as possible.
Yeah. No, I wasn't necessarily meaning cost. Just did you think that people, because literally on the sneakers thing, it says the younger generations know this as the 90, right? So there's not a bunch of old heads going on there and being like, oh, I remember the Air Max 3, you know what I'm saying? So if it said Air Max 90, you don't think it would gain any extra traction as far as sales?
No. No, because I don't think the Air Max 90 has the same crowd attention as like an Air Max 1 or Air Max 95 even. I think the 90s are very slept on universally. A lot of people just don't go for 90s.
He's a beater shoe, I feel like, for sure. Compared to the ones which I feel like people wear a lot more casually and out and about and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, and it took a while for the ones to even reach their popularity the way they are right now. But you know,
Yep.
yeah, I'm not personally going for them either. I care less about the 90s. I think they're actually one of the worst of that decade. But I still have mad respect for them. So
Dope. Yeah, so as we mentioned, those are coming out on October 2nd for $140. We mentioned the laser blue pair that y'all have all seen, was also the eggplant pair, which I think is primarily known for a women's colorway. But as of right now, it has all sizing on the app. So by all means, go check those out on the 2nd. And we will get into our last thing of the day. As we mentioned, our boy Yeezy got back with another 350. So we kind of broke this down. I want to say probably like episode, it's 21 now. So probably like 16, 17, something like that. We talked about this shoe. This was originally the 350 Ezreal. He got a lot of backlash from a lot of communities for do you remember exactly what the term was defining?
yeah. So this shoe was Azrael is the angel of death. The Muslim community did not like that. They definitely came after him in the DMs, and they, subtweeted him. And
That was before he was awakened.
say it again.
Before he was awakened.
This was before the awakening. But still, I don't know why Kanye feels like he needs to pull from a religious or biblical or he doesn't have to reach out that far in order to make his shoes be more meaningful or something of the on that track. So, but yeah, he changed the name now. I think I like the new name a little bit better than the Azrael's. Carbon. This really fits the bill. Will I be going for these? No, personally, I will not. $220. No, I'm not gonna do this. You know what? Now that I look at these compared to the Zions, I actually want the Zions. So
interesting. Yeah, the Zions were super fire. I would take these two. I'm gonna definitely try for these. These also come out on the 2nd for $220. You check your Adidas app. Easy supply for sure on the 2nd, but 220 on those. I like them. I do kind of like the yellowish on the sole. It's a weird look for sure, but the dark black on the upper is definitely muy bueno. So this is, in my opinion, one of the better 350s of this entire year. But it's just because of the colorways I like. So 350s are 350s, and we'll probably talk about another one next week.
That's the way it is, man. That's how 350s work.
Until he's on his own, and then we can just talk about him more and more, right?
Them KWs, man. Them KW. I mean, he's definitely not gonna call them KWs.
If I have to hear the KWs, oh man, if you call that'd be crazy.
Oh man, I want rights. I'm definitely gonna send this video. I'm gonna put a timestamp on this video. So,
what do you
mean? My rights.
He already watches these videos, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. He listens to the podcast on Spotify.
After we roasted him, that's why he changed the name. That's why they're the Carbons now.
I mean, he listens to us on Spotify like, the rest of y'all should be doing anyway. After you've done watching these videos on YouTube and subscribing and liking and sharing and reposting everything that you see here. But, Kanye definitely is going to have me. He's going to send out the first pair of KWs to the Creased Podcast, and we'll definitely do an unboxing video for that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll finally stop hating.
Man, that's the day that hell freezes over. Can't wait. In the words of Bart Scott, can't wait. Oh, man, that would be a good day.
Okay.
But here we are, episode 21. We appreciate y'all tuning in. If you made it this far, that means that we love you, and we appreciate y'all your time. Man, Trey, what we got for the people?
Oh, man, we really appreciate y'all coming out. Like you said, don't forget to subscribe. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere, man, everywhere. So we got some new stuff coming out for y'all going forward. Just stay tuned, and we'll see y'all for 22.
22, which is 1/21. But yeah, and like always, this has been the Creased Podcast. Thank you for watching. Trey, ain't no half stepping around here. So we will definitely catch y'all for episode 22. Yeah, peace.
Peace.